calligraphy to write a fancy story. Kings and queens would turn to thieves to find what we've been holding. You and me, we can take the world.
Oh, sweethearts give sweet compliments, but our love goes without saying. Though you make it hard not to spill my heart every time I see you swaying. Darling, you and me, we can take the world, darling.
'Cause they can write stories and they can sing songs, but they don't make fairy tales sweeter than ours. And they could climb mountains high into the sky, but they can't take the world. Oh, like we can take the world.
Oh, I can see the future, you and me, we last forever. Ain't no rising tide, no fear of fight that we can't face together. Darling, you and me, we can take the world.
'Cause they can write stories and they can sing songs, but they don't make fairy tales sweeter than ours. And they could climb mountains high into the sky, they can't take the world. Oh, like we can take the world, the world, the world. Ooh.
Ain't it just like love to find us? Ain't it just like love? Ain't it just like love to find us?
Good evening. I'm Bill McDevitt, and this is my lovely wife, Kimberly. And we're blessed to be Megan's father and mother, along with Dan's parents, Ed and Chris Steigerwald. We wish to say hello to everyone and welcome all the families and friends, longtime friends, to this beautiful and impressive venue to honor Meghan and Dan on their joyous occasion. Also a big thank you to Jeff Thomas. I don't know if he's here, but he's the main person around behind all this stuff, and and his staff for all the hard work getting prepared for the celebration and this great night of dining. And I think you all will enjoy your dinner this evening. Meghan, 17 years ago, Meghan was a sophomore at UD, University of Denver. She didn't go to Iowa, bummer, but anyhow, a few eyebrows were raised concerning her decision to have an English degree, what she would do after graduation. However, we knew she would find her way with her passion for writing, literature, and dedication to always wanting to learn new things. However, throughout that year, that sophomore year, which was 2007, I believe, correct? We were pretty baffled because Meghan suddenly developed a major interest in video games with guys, okay? Caitlin and Mary Rose may remember that. So anyhow, we were like, well, what's going on here? But then all of a sudden, we started hearing about this guy named Dan. And now things started to make a little bit more sense. Since then, when they became Facebook official, or whatever the kids call it today, Dan's been part of our family, and together they spent their years traveling, living in new cities, and building their careers. Both Dan and Meghan are hard workers, dedicated volunteers, especially at the local dog shelter, and of course, devoted foodies. Foodies. If Dan had his way, I don't think anyone would be surprised if he became an international chef. Okay. Meghan is our firstborn, and we couldn't be prouder of the path she has made for herself. She would tell you we raised her to be an independent woman, and we love how she embraces everything life has to offer. Kim and I are so proud of you both, and I'm not sure what advice I can give you after you've been together 16 years and finally made it today. But remember to be patient, be kind, and forgiving. I love you both, and official welcome, Dan, to the family. So I'm going to, closing, I have Irish blessing. May your mornings bring joy and your evenings bring peace. May your troubles be less and your blessings be many. And may you feel no rain, for each of you will be a shelter for each other. Good luck. And then
Am I good? All right, first off, can we give a round of applause to our tiny dancers, Seglin, Jameson, and Elliot? Keep bringing that energy. I just want to start off by thanking Kim and Bill McDevitt, my parents, Ed and Chris, for the beautiful weekend, contributing to it and raising two awesome children. Obviously, we wouldn't be here without you. Well, too awesome in the moment. Yeah. So, cheers. Applause for them, please. And thank you all for coming and making the journey to Cincinnati to celebrate with us tonight. We've got people all around the country, California, Nebraska, Minnesota, Florida, and then we even got some Canadians in the crowd. Woo! Thank you all for being here and celebrating with us. But when I was reflecting on my childhood to prepare for this speech, I just couldn't come across too many boring days with Dan. As many of you know, he has endless hobbies. And it seemed like every month he'd dive into a new one, like making his own fireworks, programming his video games, recently making his own go-kart, welding it. And then the lights, yes. 3D printing, yeah, it goes on and on. But I'm getting heckled up here, guys. I just need But my favorite hobby of his was probably, as a child, was him and his friends and my cousin Curtis coercing me into recreating his favorite Jackass videos. And just to give you an example of this, I was just this young, innocent little boy strapped up with a hoodie and a paintball mask while they were firing a Roman candle at me. Just dodging the flares, So that was my childhood. I did actively participate in it because I always looked up to you, Dan, and I was always looking over your shoulder, saw your passion, your mind. I was in awe of it, how you think, and I was also a little bit concerned. He was whipping up his own fireworks in the garage, making his own gunpowder to pack his own Roman candles. So yeah, he's probably on a few lists. Yeah, but when he went to Dayton, I was a little bummed out. I knew life was getting a little bit less interesting and whatnot. But it did afford my sister and I the opportunity to go visit him in Dayton. Meghan and Dan both treated us with great hospitality. We saw all the Dayton ghetto. Shout out Flyers. Had an absolute blast hanging out with them and their friends. And I guess my my favorite my favorite memory of the weekend was just knowing that Dan and his roommates were hosting Whiskey Bluegrass Thursdays. And just in my mind, growing up with Dan, I knew those nights probably ended with obscure internet videos, and then also maybe some Richard Cheese thrown in there. If you don't know Richard Cheese, you should look him up on Spotify. But Dan always forced us late night to watch weird, humorous videos that you probably don't understand. But you have a lot of good laughs on the holidays and whatnot with that. But and on top of that, he's a great cook. He whipped us up some homemade poutine in not his dorm room, but his college house kitchen to nurse our hangovers. So Dan, just keep up the passion with the excitement, the hobbies. I know you will. Bring it to the next chapter of your life. Shout out to Jameson, this is my son. Hey, buddy. But yeah, and keep cooking and invite us over. Meghan, you've been with us in our family for 16 years now. I'm excited, so excited to make it official. Really enjoy all of our family memories, the holidays, spending time on the beach. I know it's your happy place. And then also, you putting up with Dan during card games is humorous to us all. You probably don't win that often. Well, you don't because of Dan. But yes, really looking forward to building on those. And yeah, both of you guys, you're a great aunt and uncle to Jameson. I'm excited for him to grow up with you in his life, and we're so happy to be in Cincinnati with you. I just ask that maybe we hold off on the pyrotechnics for a few years. Yeah, but with that, can we just raise our glass to the long-awaited Dan and Meghan? Cheers, we love you guys.
All right, let's have a big round of applause for Luke.
I'll give you a hug, Dan.
All right, our maid of honor is going to give a speech. We have Mallory.
Okay, I promise to keep this short. Don't worry, it's not actually this long. I knew you would freak out. So, well, I'm Mallory. I am Meghan's younger sister, and I am very happy to be her maid of honor tonight for finally celebrating their wedding. Meghan and I are only a few years apart, 1 year and 364 days to be exact. We've shared a lot over the years, from a bedroom to our birthdays, to our love of reading, especially Harry Potter, and of course, our obsession with Cats the musical. So, if you haven't seen it, it's great. Make sure you check it out. Before I dive into my speech, I want to thank you all for being here to celebrate this incredible day. And it's wonderful to see so many family and friends here to support Meghan and Dan on this next chapter. It's amazing to think that Meghan and Dan, as you all know, have been together for 16 years, which when I started to think about it, I was about 16 when I first met Dan. I was visiting my sister at University of Dayton for the weekend, and, we'll just say we won't go into that whole story, but Dan may not have been exactly sober because, it's University of Dayton. But, he was very nice, and it's good to meet her new friend, Dan. And so from the beginning, though, Meg and Dan just hit it off. And one thing that stands out to me about their relationship is their shared love of travel. Whether they're exploring a bustling city, scuba diving in Aruba, or simply enjoying a quiet moment in a new place, it's clear that their adventures together have strengthened their bond. Traveling has been a way for them to discover new places and, more importantly, more about each other. If there's a Michelin star restaurant or live music involved on their travels, even better. They've explored so many places together that I sometimes wonder if they're trying to collect passport stamps like their Pokemon. But, Dan does go around and catch those Pokemon, especially the international ones, so it's not too far off. They're foodies at heart, and they are always on the lookout for new culinary experiences, especially for anything that Chef Dan, as you've heard a lot tonight, can work to make better at home. You will find that Meg and Dan plan most of their days, whether traveling or at home, around food, and this evening has been no different. If you didn't know, their main thing when they were planning this event was to have poutine. And if you have not tried that yet, you may be trying that a bit later this evening. It is very good. Between traveling and enjoying delicious meals, Meg and Dan are really homebodies. Since moving to Cincinnati, Megan has really started her garden and proudly shares her harvest each year. And you can find Dan more often than not tinkering in his workshop, building things, or, maybe forging a ring for the proposal. Or welding, I'm not quite sure the proper term. And between Megan and Dan, I'd really like to offer them a toast tonight. And may your marriage be filled with as much joy, laughter, and adventure as your travels. May you continue to support each other, cherish every moment, and find ways to make each day special. Here's to a lifetime of love and endless adventures. Welcome officially to the family, Dan.
All right, good job, Mallory. All right. Our bride and groom are going to share some words with you as well.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for coming out and helping us celebrate our big day. Luke stole my thunder a little bit when we were going to talk about how many states that we have people from. It's 16 different states. Which is, I was tallying them up on Thursday, and I was like, wow, that's so many people from so far away. So I was really glad that everyone can come out here and help them. Yep.
In Canada.
Yes, we do. Yeah. The Canadians are here. We're really grateful to have all you guys in our lives, and thank you for making this a great special weekend for us.
So as we've just heard, and many of you know, one of Dan's hobbies is laser engraving. Actually, I don't know if that one was mentioned, but laser engraving. So he did a lot of the DIY projects for today, including the library name cards for the tables, and they're actually vintage library card catalog cards. So we did not have my sister, the librarian, put them in the order of the Dewey Decimal System. But we do expect book reports from all of you about the book that is on the back of your card. But yeah, we'd really like to thank our parents, Kim and Belle and Chris and Ed, for all your love and support, and thank you all for being here and coming today and celebrating this next chapter with us. And we will see you on the dance floor.
Give it up for Meghan and Dan.